What's up, football fans? All 32 News here, and today we're going to discuss one of the most intriguing stories currently going on in the NFL. That being the relationship between Tua Tagovailoa and former Miami Dolphins head coach Brian Flores. Was it a partnership destined for greatness, or was there more going on behind the scenes? Stick around as we break it all down. To understand the dynamic between Tua Tagovailoa and Brian Flores, we first need to look at their backgrounds. Tua, a highly touted quarterback out of Alabama, made a name for himself with his pinpoint accuracy, poise under pressure, and that unforgettable performance in the 2018 National Championship game. Meanwhile, Brian Flores, a defensive mastermind, spent over a decade with the New England Patriots under Bill Belichick, earning his stripes as one of the most respected defensive coaches in the league. When the Dolphins selected Tua with the 5th overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the expectations were sky high. Flores, in his second year as head coach, was tasked with leading the Dolphins back to prominence, and Tua was supposed to be his franchise quarterback. But let's just say sources said that Tua wasn't exactly his first pick. He actually wanted that man over there in LA for the Chargers, Justin Herbert. Obviously that didn't happen. He was stuck with who he got, so you had to make it work. Heading in to the 2020 season, the Dolphins were in the middle of a rebuild. After starting veteran quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick for the first 6 games, Flores made a decision to hand the reins over to Tua in Week 8. This move was met with excitement, but also raised eyebrows. Was Tua actually ready for the moment? Did Flores really believe in his rookie quarterback? Or was this a decision driven by the men upstairs? The front office. Tua's rookie season was a mixed bag. He showed flashes of brilliance, but also had moments where he struggled, particularly against more aggressive defenses. Flores, known for his no-nonsense approach, didn't hesitate to pull Tua in favor of Fitzpatrick in a few games. This led to even more speculation about whether Flores truly believed in Tua as a long-term answer. As the 2021 season approached, the relationship between Tua and Flores became a hot topic. Rumors swirled about tension between the two, with some reports suggesting that Flores wasn't fully sold on Tua as the Dolphins' future at quarterback. These rumors only intensified as Miami was linked to trade discussions involving Deshaun Watson, raising questions about the stability of Tua's position on the team. Despite the noise, Tua continued to develop, and the Dolphins finished the season with a not bad 9-8 record. However, that wasn't enough to save Flores' job. In a shocking move, the Dolphins fired Flores after the season, citing communication and collaboration issues within the organization. So here we are now in 2024. Tua coming off a pretty great 2023 season. We're talking 4,624 passing yards, 29 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions with a 101.1 passer rating. And who does he credit his newfound success to? Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel. Now this is what really brings us into this beef. Tua has some very strong words to say about his former coach Brian Flores. You can check that out right now in this interview. Take a listen.
Can you explain to us the difference in practical terms between having a coach who did believe in you the way that he did and the difference between that and what was happening with Flores?
Yeah. Well, to put it in simplest terms, if you woke up every morning and I told you you suck at what you did, that you don't belong doing what you do, that you shouldn't be here, that this guy should be here, that you haven't earned this right, and then you have somebody else come in and tell you, dude, you are the best fit for this. Like, you are accurate, you are the best whatever, you are this, you are that. Like, how would it make you feel listening to one or the other? You see what I'm saying? And then you hear it, regardless of what it is, the good or the bad, and you hear it more and more, you start to actually believe that. I don't care who you are. You could be the president of the United States. You have a terrible person that's telling you things that you don't want to hear, or that you probably shouldn't be hearing. you're going to start to believe that about yourself. And so that's sort of like what ended up happening. And it was, I mean, it's basically been, 2 years of training that out of not just me, but, a couple of the guys as well that have been here since my rookie year all the way till now.
After hearing that, I mean, I can't really be mad at the man. Most of us have played some sports at some type of level. We had coaches that were hard on us. We had coaches that were more lenient. But I think it's safe to say there's a level on how far you should be going and how you're talking to your athletes. And you can see from this interview that Tua definitely has some of these feelings. But next, I'm going to show you what Brian Flores had to say at one of his press conferences with the Minnesota Vikings in response to Tua.
Specific to the comments that were made by Tua, I just want to say, look, I'm happy, genuinely happy, genuinely happy for the success that Tua's had, and I really wish him nothing but the best. And I think player relationships are very important to me, so I wish nothing but the best to Tua. Part of coaching is correcting. I'm always going to correct. I'm always going to have a high standard. And I think, look, I've done a lot of reflecting and, on this situation and, reflecting on the situation, communication. I think there's things that I could do better, for sure. And I've grown in that way. And I've tried to apply the things that I could do better and the things that I've learned, over the last, 2-3 years. But I would say over the long haul, I've had a lot of great relationships over my 21-year career here in the league.
The words you used were terrible person. I'm just curious how that hit you when you saw it.
Look, I'm human, so, that hit me in a way that, I wouldn't say it was, positive for me. But at the same time, I've got to use that and say, hey, how can I grow from that? How can I be better? Do I feel like, that's me? No. But, how can I grow from that situation and create a world where that's not, the case that anyone says that about Brian Flores?
So what really happened between Tua and Flores? Was it simply a matter of differing philosophies, or was there more at play? While the full story may never be known, what's clear is that their relationship was complicated. Flores, a coach with a defensive background, may have had concerns about Tua's ability to lead a team to a championship, while Tua was still finding his footing in the NFL. Regardless of the behind-the-scenes dynamics, both men have continued their careers with a chip on their shoulders. Tua now looking to prove himself as one of the NFL's top quarterbacks, while Flores, now a defensive coach with the Minnesota Vikings, continues to be a respected figure in the league. So thank y'all for tuning in. It's been All 32 News, and y'all have a great one. Oh yeah, don't forget, leave a comment. Tell me what y'all thought about the story. Tell me who y'all side with. Was it a big deal? Was it not that big of a deal? Just let me know, and I'll see you on the next one.